Hello, everybody. Hello. 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 Hi, Elias. Oh, hello. Hello to you people over here. I'm just gonna do the whole show to you. Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome? Fuck them. Fuck all of you. Hi, you guys are cute. Hi. I'm gonna talk like this the whole show. Is that okay? I just like to do a totally offensive stereotype of a Mexican. There's a Mexican at the border. Just let me in! Jesus. They won't let us. You guys are dicks in there! Fuck you, America. Yeah. I don't know what he said.
But I'm really glad you're here. This is a sizable crowd. This is a big place. There's about 2,500 people here. And that's a lot of people. That's enough people to be like a sample of the population. 2,500 people is enough people that you're all going to experience a lot. There's enough people here to say that within 2 months, at least one of you will die. I'm just saying, I think it's probably accurate to say that out of any random group of 2,500 people, not all of you are going to make it to Christmas. Unfortunately, there's going to be at least one of you here tonight is going to ruin your family's Christmas by dying a shitty death. And I don't know who it is, I'm sorry. I don't know, your death is whatever. Some people, they want you to do things when they die with their, like, I want you to take my ashes and sprinkle. Fuck you, I'm not doing none of that shit. You're dead, I'm not gonna run errands for you after you're dead. You don't matter anymore. Some people try to do something, noble with their bodies. They try to have their bodies have some use after they're dead, which I think is a good thought. You're only borrowing your body. You're only borrowing everything. If your body's worth anything when you're done with it, you should pass it on. That's something I really believe. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to. Ew, it's mine. I have a lot of beliefs, and I live by none of them. That's just the way I am. They're just my beliefs. I just like believing them. I like that part. They're my little believies. They make me feel good about who I am. But if they get in the way of a thing I want, or I want to jack off or something, I fucking do that. But some people take their body. My grandmother, she, just for the layman, my grandmother, she gave her body to a medical school. So for it to just be examined and dissected, which is a good thought for that, but they're her survivors, or her family. That was a person. That was my grandmother. She used to wear glasses and say things. And now she's just shaved head on a metal table with a hungover medical student trying to dig out her pancreas, and he gets an F. Imagine being the body where the kid got an F on you. The teacher's like, no, you idiot. And he writes F on her tit with a Sharpie and just throws her down a chute on a pile of F body. So, I don't care about her. Shut up, idiot. Just shut your fucking mouth. Did you hear me before? Okay, so what am I gonna do with my body? I'm gonna die, and I gotta tell people what to do with my remains. And I have an idea for something to do with my body, or for other people to do with it, that will do good in the world. And it doesn't exist yet as like an institution, but I'm gonna create it, starting with my body. And what it is, it's a place where you can go and be with a dead body, and you just do whatever you want. And The point of this is that there are people out there who have sexual compulsions and they can't control them, and so they go and they bother alive people. And this, you get it out of your system. This is the deal. You go in the room, there's nobody else with you, you got 90 minutes, you just do whatever you want. Whatever it is. Shit in my mouth, you want to stick my toe in your pussy, piss on my face, whatever is the thing you got to do. Jack off with the cartilage of my ear, whatever is your heart's desire. I want to be the Willy Wonka for perverts. You can come on my back and pretend that I'm your father. I am dead, I don't mind.
I'll tell you this story about one time that I thought I was going to die. I think it's the only time where I thought, why wouldn't this be when I die? I was on a plane. I've been on a lot of planes and a lot of shitty weather and stuff, but this shit was fucked up. I was in Indianapolis on a plane, waiting to take off, and we're sitting there, and the pilot comes on, and he says, "Hi, folks, the fuel gauge is broken, so we're waiting for maintenance." So we wait, about 20 minutes. Then he comes back on, "Folks, the fuel gauge is still broken, but we're going to go anyway. We know how much fuel we have, and we feel confident it'll be okay, so we're going to go." And I'm thinking, okay, well, he's a pilot. I'm sure he's going by some manual that says, if the fuel gauge breaks, call maintenance. If they're not there in 20 minutes, fuck it. Fuel gauges are overrated, just go, you're fine. Just top it off and remember what happened. So then we still don't take off, and a guy comes back on. "Folks, we have another problem. LaGuardia Airport in New York won't give us clearance to take off because the weather's been bad there intermittently, so we're going to wait for that." So we wait 20 minutes. Then he comes back on. "Folks, LaGuardia still hasn't given us clearance, but we're going to go anyway. We're looking at the radar. We think the weather will be fine. So what we're going to do is say that our destination is Philadelphia. We'll get clearance to go there. Halfway to Philadelphia, we'll switch course to LaGuardia Airport. We'll be there in a few minutes." I swear to God he said this. First of all, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be honest with the dude in the tower. Like, does the dude in the tower have to go, "Really? You're going to come on? Tell me where you're going." And why is he telling us this shit? Am I going to have to corroborate this lie if we get pulled over by the sky police at some point in the flight? "Oh, no, we're totally going to Philly. I got a brother there, and we got a thing in Philly." But I'm still fine with it because we're travelers on the plane. Yeah, I got a thing. Fuck it. I'm immortal. Just go, please. Yes. Go into marginal weather with shoddy equipment secretly. I totally support this plan. So, we take off. We get above where we are right now. And it's just a black motherfucker of a cloud. It's just like the Wizard of Oz. It's just, there's trees throwing apples at us. It's crazy. It's just horrible. And we're the whole flight, and we're making these circles. And me and the guy next to me are both listening to the tower. You know how you can plug into your seat sometimes, and you can listen to the tower talk to the area airplanes. And we keep hearing our guy trying to get clearance to land from LaGuardia. "This is Delta 288 requesting clearance to land. It's a negative 288, low visibility." A few minutes go by. "This is Delta 288. We would really like clearance to land." "Yeah, that's a negative 288. Like he was getting annoyed. And meanwhile, we're just circling and burning this vague amount of fuel. We could just stop being an airplane at any second. And then we hear this. This is all true. The LaGuardia guy comes, "It's LaGuardia Airport to all area airplanes. We are closed for the night. Zero visibility. not safe for landing. Please divert to Philadelphia or Allentown, Pennsylvania or Boston. And then we hear our guy, this is Delta 20, we need to land now. We have no fuel. We have to land right now. Interesting. Then there's a pause, and then we hear this. Well, then clear to land, then 280. That's how he said it. Like, dude, no one can see, okay? But just, I guess all the dumb decisions you made today have made this a good one. Just take a shot. I'm going home. Just fucking turn the lights off after you crash. I don't give a shit, frankly. By the way, you're not supposed to be here, you fucking liar. You said you were going to Philly. So as soon as we get clearance, we just like we start bulleting. We're either flying desperately towards the ground or falling. I don't know that there's a difference. We come out of the clouds and there's the fucking Earth right fucking there. It's right there. That's what low visibility means. We come out of the clouds and no fuck, it's right there, Jesus! And the plane just, and you can feel the plane go, oh fuck, I can't do that. What are you, nuts? And we go and veer over the highway, and I swear to God, I saw people in their cars go, what the fuck? And we hit the runway like sideways, like poof. And the pilot comes back on, all true, I swear to God, he's totally out of breath. He's like, welcome to LaGuardia Airport, New York City. You may turn on your cell phones now, and you may call your loved ones. He said that. He said you may call your loved ones. And everybody on the plane was crying and rocking back and forth, just sobbing, calling their husbands and their wives. I'm divorced. What am I going to, hi, remember you hate me? Well, I almost died. And I got in a cab, and the cab driver goes, that was a very bad landing. I was like, how'd you know that was me? He's like, that's the only plane to land in 4 hours. We all watched the drivers. We said they're going to die. You know, it's a lot of work having kids, especially now, as opposed to the past. Because in the past, you just had your kids and they just did their thing and you did your thing. That's what it was like for me. I'm amazed at that now. Because I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. My oldest daughter is 8 years old. And when I was 8, my mother, she would go to work and I'd go to school. We were like roommates. There was no... She'd just go, see you later. Maybe I'll have a child when I get home from work. I don't know. I would go to school and then I would just wander around town. And I would do weird shit. I used to go to the store and steal tampons. I got in this weird thing where I stole tampons every day. And I never got caught. I mean, the guy probably saw me, but he's like, I'm not confronting the kid who steals tampons. I did a lot of weird shit when I was a kid. I showed my penis to a girl with Down syndrome that lived down the street. I did that. Go ahead and judge me. I was 9. I'm still the guy who did it, but I was a kid. I just really wanted a girl to look at my penis. I wanted to have that moment. And I was too afraid to ask any girls that didn't have Down syndrome. Basically, was because girls in my town scared me. They smoked parliaments and had feathered hair and leather jacket. You fucking queer! They were tough. But she was approachable. I met her behind Kentucky Fried Chicken by a dumpster, and she was just nice. It's a true story. And I asked her, I didn't just go, hey, look at my fucking dick. I asked her, can I show you my penis? And she's like, fine. And I took it out, and we're both standing there, and she's looking at me like, dude, what, you think you're the first person to do this? I've seen every dick in this town. Just put it away. That's what it was like when I was a kid. I mean, not for everybody, not every single. Oh, sure, we all showed our dicks to fucking people. So I called a friend of mine the other day. You ever make a phone call and you get the wrong number, and the person that answers can't believe that you would ever get a wrong number? You ever get someone who doesn't take it in stride? I got this lady once. I was like, "Hi, is Tony there?" She's like, "Who?" Tony. I don't know it, Tony. How did you get this number? What do you want from me? I guess it was the first time her phone rang in like 20 years or something. She hung up, so I just kept pressing redial. Put Tony on her, I'll fucking kill you. Put her on! I used to like when my phone rang. Now it's always some idiot calling me. AT&T calls me every day. Hi, it's AT&T. You're calling. If you want to switch to AT&T, it's good service because you call your friend on the phone. And they can be in another part of the area. And you call them, and you don't have to yell or anything. You're just right there. So what do you think? Would you like to switch? It only costs some money. Would you like to switch for the AT&T? And I'm like, no, I already have AT&T. I have it already. Why are you calling me? Well, still, you want some more? Because it's good. Get some more AT&T. It's better than the other ones. I know, I have it! Stop fucking calling me! The other night, my wife sent me to Walgreens to get toilet paper because we were out of toilet paper because I had thrown it all in the garbage so I could get out of the house. So I'm driving to Walgreens, it was nighttime, and I'm driving, and then I see a deer, and fucking hate deer. I hate them, because they're everywhere up there. I used to live in the city, and I loved deer then, because I was this liberal in the city, and I'd see deer, and you drive with your friends out to the country, and you see a deer, and everybody's like, oh my God, turn off the car, don't scare the deer. It's just so beautiful, look at the beautiful deer. Look how he looks around, it's just so mysterious and beautiful. God gave us a gift, everybody, just enjoy it, and just enjoy the gift of the beautiful deer. But now I live, and deer are in my fucking yard every day, and they suck. They're just rats with hooves. They don't matter. They have ticks that give you Lyme disease, and they shit everywhere, and they make a noise. Did you know that? They go, oh, they're assholes. They're shit animals. I go out every morning and throw rocks at them, and I try really hard to hit them on the head with rocks. And they don't care. They're like, they don't care. I don't have a gun, but if I did, I would shoot a baby deer in the mouth and feel nothing. I wouldn't feel anything. I just go, oh, look, he's dead. That's interesting. I guess that's what happens when you shoot him in the fucking mouth. I go out of my way to kill a deer. I would happily blow 20 guys in an alley with bleedy dicks so I could get AIDS and then fuck a deer and kill it with my AIDS. I would do that in a second. I mean it. I mean it. So I see this deer, and this is how dumb these deer. I hit him with the headlights, and he does that whole thing. And then he won't just go. He's like, can I go? Is it okay if I go? Like and I'm like, fucking go! Go! He's like, go! I'm like, just go! And then I get close, and I try to kind of get away from him, and then I see him, and he looks at me, and he panics. I swear, and he ran and smashed his body into my fucking car. Like, just fucking destroyed my mirror, just shattered my mirror, broke his neck. I heard him break his own fucking neck And then he just dragged his stupid deer head into the woods, and he died. And I'm glad he's dead. I was glad right away. I got out of my car, I did, and I yelled into the woods, I'm glad you're dead, you fucking idiot! I hope your dear wife finds you dead and dies of a broken heart. I hope your dear baby starved to death. You broke my mirror, you faggot, cunt, nigger deer. So I go to Walgreens. I just kept going.
When you have kids, you also have to belong to kid and parent culture. You have to know a lot of parents and a lot of other kids. You have to hang out with other kids. Sometimes they're not even kids you know. Like when I go to parks with my kids, I play with them. I play with my kids. Some people don't do that. They neglect they just take their kids to the parks so they don't have to talk to them, and those kids kind of glom on to our shit. Like I'll be sitting at the park playing a fun game with my kids, and then there's this woman over in a bench, and she's got her phone, she's just staring at her phone, and her kid's like, Mommy, talk, just leave me alone, I'm trying to cheat on your father, stop it. And then the kid comes up to us, can I be in your family? It's creepy. One time I was at a swimming pool with my kids, a public pool, and I had my daughter, my 6-year-old, on my arm like this. She was like clamped on, and she's kicking. It was so much fun. And then she got off, and another random child just clamped on. It's like a rat. Get off of me. But I love you. I don't know you, kid. Stop it. I think the kid's dead. I don't know what happened. Some kids in my kids' class, I like some of those kids. Some of those kids are cool. They come over to my house, they play with I like them. Other kids I don't like, especially little boys. Little boys in my kids' class, I hate them. I hate little boys. I'm like the opposite of a pedophile. I just hate. There's one kid in my daughter's class who I hate so much. And it's really fucked up because I'm 44 and I hate a 6-year-old. I mean, I hate him with a grown-up, preoccupying hate. I've thought about him 3 times since I came out here. That's how much I really hate this kid. I'm gonna tell you about him, and I have to make up a name because he's a real child who lives in this city, so I have to make up a name in order to tell the story about him. His name is just Xanthopus. Let's just call him Xanthopus. Fine. Okay. He's in my daughter's class. They're in 1st grade. And when we take our kids to class, there's a little procedure. You bring your kid to school, and they have their backpack and their jacket, and they go to their cubby, and they take it all off, and they put it in the cubby. Then they take their the homework folder and their lunchbox and put them in the bins. Those are their little responsibilities. You help them do it, so they'll blah, 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 blah. But Xanthopus, when he comes in, he doesn't do none of that shit. He just walks in and just sheds it all. He just... And his mom, his weak piece of shit mom, picks it all up. I hate his mother. Because you hate a weak parent when you're a parent. Because it's like you're raising Hitler, motherfucker. Do your job. Get in there. If our parent group in our class were a platoon of soldiers, she'd be the one that we'd put soap bars and socks and... We'd frag that bitch in her sleep. She would wash right the fuck out. She wouldn't make it. When Xanthopus drops his shit, this bitch picks it up. She just goes, oh, Xanthopus. He does, I And she puts it all away for him, which frees him up to punch other kids in the face. Because he's a shitty, horrible, violent child. One time I was at school and I was volunteering at recess. It's something that you do, you know, if you're a good parent, about once a month or whatever it is, you go to school and you just stand there, you watch recess, you masturbate, whatever you want to do. That is now the worst thing. That's the worst thing now. Now that's the worst thing I ever said. Okay. All right. Okay, we'll find it. I mean, you could. It's a public school. Nobody would even give a shit. But I haven't thus far. Hasn't gotten that bad. Anyway, I'm watching Recess, and Recess is a trip. If you've never been to Recess, it's intense because it's like the universe. Like, you know, if you watch the ocean crash waves on the beach for a long time, you start feeling like you're understanding how everything works. That's what Recess is like, because every natural chaotic energy is represented at Recess. There's kids swirling around in these big roiling crazy things. There's one kid just spazzing out, just as some singularity kid, just a binary system of two kids holding hands and they're running and just clotheslining every child at a certain height. They're keeping a uniform height to the playground. So I'm watching Recess and I see Xanthopus and he's walking with this evil... This kid is like evil, stuck out of time. He's like... I always picture him in a gray fur coat with bones in it and lots of rings from people that he killed and just walking. And then I see my daughter and she's standing there just by herself and there's Xanthopus and I know he's going for her. It was like an action movie thriller thing. Dun, 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 dun. And I think to myself, I gotta go there and I gotta protect her. But then I thought, let him do a little something first. Let him do just a little something because I want this kid in my life. I want a reason. I want aerial photos of him doing some shit to my family that I can bring to the UN and get authority to waterboard this little motherfucker. I want to get him on a flight to Venezuela with an envelope on his head and duct tape and all that shit. So anyway, he goes for her, grabs her arm, starts twisting it. She goes, nah! I run over. I'm just knocking kids over. I run, grab him. And I look in his little face and I go, listen to me, Xanthopus. If you ever in your life touch her again. And as I'm doing this, I realize this is not cool that I'm doing this. This is totally inappropriate. It's really wrong. It's way over the top. It's too grown up. I mean, it's like he's a drug dealer in my building that I finally fucking... This ends now, motherfucker. I will cut you. I don't care. And he just starts crying pitifully, and I just walked away from him. I just got away. And then all the teachers, everybody that gathers around, Xanthopus, what's wrong with you? And he's like, and he couldn't articulate it because he's not getting educated. Fuck him. I was there going, yeah, you could have told on me, bitch, but you're too stupid now, which is your own fault. You future ditch-digging piece of shit. Oh, I'm gonna love watching you grow up into nothing, motherfucker. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna fuck your mom and not call her, too. I'm gonna ruin her summer. I'm gonna fuck your mom twice and then never call her. And I don't know your dad because he ran out on you, but I'm gonna find him, I'm gonna turn myself gay, and then I'm gonna fuck him, too. I'm gonna suck his dick so good that he just has to change his whole life. And I'm gonna move into a place with him in the village for a couple of months, and totally he'll cut off ties to all his life and start wearing cutoffs that are really tight, and he'll just And then I'll go to some Christian turn you not gay place, and then I'll come back and go, what's wrong with you, faggot, and make him feel bad inside. Like, what has he done? Well, you gotta protect your kids. You gotta protect your kids. You gotta do it, man. A lot of people talk the talk, but, A lot of people say that shit. I would throw myself under a bus for my... Oh, yeah? Would you fuck another kid's dad and confuse him sexually and yourself sexually in the process? And use homophobia that you hate against another person just because some kid shoved your kid for a second? That's my baby girl. I gotta do it, son. I gotta suck that dick. That's my baby girl. I gotta do it for her. All right. I hate that child. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm curious about God. I'm curious about his life. I'm curious about God's existence. What's that like to be God? We don't know anything about him. I think one reason people don't believe in him because we don't have a sense of God, because it doesn't say anything anymore. He used to talk all the time. He used to go up to people on the street. Hey, everybody does that. I'm writing on the rocks. Look at that! Do it! And it was confused. Everybody's like, oh, okay, trying to figure it out. And then for 2,000 years, he just, nothing, says nothing. And everybody's fighting. He could clear a lot of shit up with a 5-minute press conference. If God spoke for 5 minutes, he'd solve a lot of problems. He'd just show up, all right, everybody, yeah, I'm the Lord, okay. Real quick. First of all, Mormons just, no. What is that? Just go home. Also, Jews with the little things, what the fuck, I don't know. Put a hat on or don't, nobody gives a shit. This is weird, I hate these. I hate them. I send everybody with one of those to hell every day. I do, it's just my thing, just so you know. Do what you want, but that's where you're going. Now you know. Also, I don't care who you fuck, I don't care. It never mattered. It was Adam and Eve and Steve, they were all fucking each other. I was jerking off to it was a great time. So it's not an issue for me. I don't know why it is for you. Have fun and use all the holes, that's what I say. Also, you're supposed to fuck the animals. That's why I made them. Why are you not fucking the animals? There's only like 30,000 of you fucking the animals. What are the rest of you? You're eating them? That's disgusting. What is wrong with you? How could you eat a perfectly fuckable pig? Saith the Lord.
I'm gonna do a couple impressions for you guys. All right. This first one, this is my impression of a superhero being propositioned by a hooker. All right, a superhero being propositioned by a hooker.
Hey, baby, want to have a good time?
No! All right, now this is a... This is a guy who doesn't know how to match his face to what he's saying. It's a guy who doesn't know how to match his face to what he's saying. You guys get out! The place is burning down! Here's a guy who doesn't know if he's from Alabama or Brooklyn. Doesn't know if he's from Alabama or Brooklyn. Hey, what are you guys doing? Hey, bud. Hey, buddy, how you fucking doing, huh?
I was talking to my friend the other day about Jesus, Christ. And I don't remember why, but I happened to mention that Jesus was Jewish. And my friend said, he was? And I said, yeah, Jesus was Jewish. And he said, I don't think so. And I said, that's okay. It already all happened. Doesn't matter what you think. But he argued with me. He was like, dude, Jesus couldn't be Jewish. Think about it. I'm like, you fucking think about it, you idiot. What was he then in your... Was he Presbyterian? What was he? Catholic? Okay, Jesus was Catholic. And he had a gold chain with a cross. And when they nailed him up, he was like, oh, that's why we have those. That finally makes sense. I didn't even know. Oh, fuck, that's me. I'm the little guy on it. Every religion has a strange story or a rule that doesn't make sense to me, you know? Like, every time there's a terrorist act, they always tell you on the news about how they believe they're all going to heaven, and every guy who does a jihad thing, and he gets 72 virgins. That's right, that's the story always. 72 virgins, which, first of all, who are those women? Who are the 72 virgins? Does God have to kill 72 nice girls? And, all right, ladies, the good news is you're going to heaven. The weird news... Or does God just make them fresh like farm-raised salmon? He just whips up 72 women. All right, nobody fuck these. I'm saving them for that guy. It's a weird concept. You get your own 72 virgins for all eternity. First of all, they're only virgins when you first get them. Once you start fucking them, it's over. After a week, he's like, I only have 3 left. And 69 whores. That has to be one of the more confusing moments in God's life, when he's handing off 72 virgins to some guy who just blew up a bus in Tel Aviv. And he's like, all right, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even know anymore. I need a drink. You know what I was thinking about today? I was thinking about Jesus. I was. Today, I was thinking about Jesus. And after I came, I thought, well, I feel sorry for Jesus. That's how I feel. I don't know how much you know about Jesus, but I feel fucking bad for Jesus, man. I do. He had a hard life. I mean, the last day was particularly difficult, but... If you look at pictures of him, he had to wear that thong, that fucking just dish rag yanked up his balls. Just, carrying his cross like, fuck, just a rash. Some people say you should live like Jesus. Who can live? He was insane. You can't live like that. He had a weird life. I'm reading about Jesus. I have this book about Jesus. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. This is a book about Jesus. Actually, only this much is about Jesus. Only that, just that part. The rest of it is just the Jews going like, and then we walked for 50 years in the desert, and we only had a little bit of oil. It was difficult. It's fucking verbose. The Jew, look at it, just Jews. It just goes on and on. And then Jacob bought a goat, and Abraham lived to be 800. Yeah, I bet he fucking did, too. The Jews in the early chapters are all like 800 years old. And then God was like, I can with these fucking Jews for 800 years. Heart disease starts today. So that's them, and that's Jesus. Oh, this little part's Jesus. And the weird part is it's not all, like, it's all the same story over and over again. They tell the same story about Jesus' life over again. First Matthew tells it, and then Mark is like, dude, that's not what, you're fucking drunk. Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened. Hey, Paul, you weren't even here. Shut the fuck up. And I started reading it because I never read it. I was raised Catholic, but they don't encourage you to read the church. They don't. They don't want you to read this. You know, Jews read this shit in Hebrew. And Baptists sit down, they read together. But the Catholics, they want you to come in the building. They want you to come in and they tell you. And you're like, can I read it? And they're like, no, I'll tell you what happened. You know, sorry, put the book down. But it's interesting because when you read the stories, you know, you think of them as lofty, kind of like, but some of them are just basic life in the Jesus life. Okay, here's one. This is when he turned water into wine. This is his first miracle. This is John chapter 2, okay? Okay, and on the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the wedding. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus saith unto him, they have no wine here. And Jesus saith unto her, woman, what have I to do with thee? Just life. Mary was a fucking alcoholic. He took her to a wedding. There's no fucking wine, Jesus. What am I supposed to do here without wine? And he's like, Mom! Don't. Anyway, you know the rest of the story is that Jesus, he's at the wedding, they had no wine. So Jesus went to the guy running the wedding and he was like, look in the water barrel. Like that, like a close-up magician. Why don't you take a look? Maybe it's not the Red Queen. Go ahead, flip that card over. What do you think? Told him to look in the water barrel, and he looked, and it was wine. He had turned all their water into wine. Everybody rejoiced. Except the guy running the wedding was probably like, we did need some water. It's actually a bigger problem. I have a feeling a lot of his miracles were met with mixed. Like, oh, thanks. That's great, Jesus. Fuck. Like Lazarus. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. And Jesus comes to town and he says, Lazarus, rise. And Lazarus comes out of the tomb like, and Lazarus' wife is like, are you fucking kidding me right now? But so here's a story though I want to read to you. This story, I've never seen it in a Jesus movie. This story is not in any movies about Jesus. And it's not, I've never, until I sat and read this, I never heard this story. Because it's weird. This is the story of Jesus cursing a fig tree. Does anybody by applause know of this story? Okay, that's just enough to make it clear. This is true. I mean, nothing's true in here. But I'm just kidding. I don't fucking know. What do I know? I wasn't there. I'm just trying to make it clear that I didn't make it up. They did. But anyway, all right, I don't know. Okay, here's the story. This is Mark chapter 11. It's when Mark went broke. Okay. And Jesus entered into Jerusalem, and when he had looked around about and seen all things, and the eventide was come, he went out unto Bethany with the 12. See, Bethany was like a suburb of Jerusalem. So he went in Jerusalem. You know, you see all the shit downtown, but you don't stay downtown. You go to the Marriott by the airport. You know? That's what Bethany was. Okay? And on the morrow, when they come from Bethany, Jesus was hungry.
And seeing a fig tree afar off, having leaves, he came to it, if haply he might find anything thereon. But when he came to the tree, he found nothing but leaves, for the time of figs was not yet. And Jesus answered and saith unto the tree, No man shall eat fruit of thee hereafter and forever. And the disciples heard it. And in the morning when they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots and dead. And Peter, calling to remembrance, saith unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou dost cursest has withered away and died. And Jesus answered and saith unto them, Have faith in God. What the fuck kind of a Jesus story is that? Hey, Jesus, you killed a tree. That's right, motherfucker. What's the fucking point to this story? What is the moral? That Jesus just killed a tree. He was hungry. He was fucking cranky. He was like, there's no figs. Fuck you, tree. You're fucking dead, you piece of shit. I wanted a fig. You're fucking dead. Watch this. And the tree's like, but the time of figs is not yet. It's just not yet. I need another week. You want fruit out of season? Go to Whole Foods, you fucking Jew. I didn't do anything. I mean, you can't act like that, man. You can't act like that. You walk around acting like that, folks will nail you to a cross. That's what they'll do. They will. You gotta fucking cool it, Jesus. He got a little, you know. That's really what happened. Got a little shitty. A little big, you know. He went to Jerusalem. It's a big town for a boy from Galilee. And he didn't just walk into Jerusalem. He walked in and his friends were like, King of the Jews, y'all. King of the motherfucking Jews. The Jews didn't like that. The Jews are like, not my president, whatever, you know. So they nailed him to a cross. This is what they did. And this, the weirdest thing to me about Catholicism and all Christianity is this image. This image is the image of the biggest, most powerful religion, the cleanest religion. And it's a fucking dead guy with nails, just blood. And it's in every polite room in the world. Every nice, quiet place is a fucking Jesus. And the president and his wife, and they wear pearls, and then we always go to look at the fucking, it's just weird. Because it promotes nicely ideas like honor thy mother and thy father. Because they, it's just macabre. But I love it. I love the image. I love it. I was raised Catholic my whole life. I love this image. I stare at it. Every time I go by a church, if it's open, I go in because I want to see their Jesus. They all have a different Jesus. They're a little different. Some of them, he's really suffering. And some of them, he's just like, oh, well. I really got myself in a noodle this time, boy. Sometimes it's just a cross. Like, oh, fuck, where'd he go? Jesus got away. But they're all different. I was in a Korean church, and I saw a Korean Jesus. They had a Korean Jesus with the... Don't get mad. How else would I know? It was just, what, Korean Jesus? Ooh, whatever. Jesus looks different everywhere. Mostly Jesus has blonde hair and blue eyes, which we know he didn't have, but that's who won everything, so they get to draw him.
The truth is Jesus was black, but you don't see that often. Black Jesus.
Hey man, get me the fuck down from here.
Whatever, all right. But everybody wants Jesus to look like them, so they draw him to look like them. That's why I don't like that he's always skinny. Jesus is always rail thin, just fucking, I've been doing Pilates for months getting ready for this. It's not fair. You never see a fat Jesus. I never one time saw like just a fat Jesus. With like 10 nails in each hand. He might have been fat. We don't know. I'll tell you what Jesus was not, is Korean. There's no Koreans in Jerusalem in the year 1.
Hi. It's nice to see you. It's nice. Let's talk about some shit. I always want to start conversations that way. Just get right to the talking. Let's talk about some shit. It's always disappointing to me when people talk about the weather, because that means you didn't really want to talk about anything. You know, like I was in my elevator today. I got in my elevator, and one of my neighbors got on. I don't know his name. I'll die not knowing his name. But we're on the elevator, so we look at each other, and there's that moment. And there's always that moment where, like, maybe something could happen. There's a little potential in that moment, and you wait and you go, it's cold. Fuck, nothing happened. Like, you cop out. And you just say meaningless shit. You have a competition of how stupid you can be. Oh, I can't believe 8 months ago it was 50 degrees out. But what if you didn't do that? What if you didn't cop out? What if you just let the moment linger? Don't go to the weather, and just maybe you could have a real moment. You just stand there, look at each other. I haven't talked to my dad in 8 years. I don't care where I am. I really don't give a shit. I'm not interested in where I am ever. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't even know how long anymore. I'm not impressed by the places. Like, I was in Chicago. Every time I go to a city now, everybody's like, oh, you gotta get the... No, I don't. I don't have to get anything. I don't care. The two most boring things in the world to me are civic pride and civic rivalry. I'm from Boston. That's a very divisive city. Somebody always goes, woo, then somebody else goes, boo. And I really want them both to just fuck themselves and die. Because those are both stupid impulses. I'm from Boston. I'm not proud of it. Everything bad happened to me there. That's where I squirted diarrhea in my underwear in gym class. Boston! Why would I... And if you're gonna boo a city, if you're gonna raise your voice and say boo at a performance because a city was mentioned, you better have a really good personal reason. Like, the whole city of Boston raped your mom. The entire city. Every citizen they made her comfortable and they just raped her for months. It took so long to organize. It was like a coat drive. It just went on and everybody got a thing in the mail. I gotta rape that lady in a month. I gotta get off work and... Men, women, old ladies, why do I have to do this? Newborn baby girls, they just fucking fucked your mom. If it gets that bad, you can go ahead and boo Boston. I understand. And even then, that's a pretty weak response to the mass raping of your mom by an entire city. You're just gonna go boo. Why'd you boo? Just not a fan. I don't like it. There's the Red Sox. Nah, they raped my mom. They all did. Boo. I was talking to my friend the other day. I have this friend. You ever have one of those friends? You ever have a friend who's just an idiot? Well, this friend of mine, he's always talking in cliches. That's what I hate about him. He just talks in cliches. And he doesn't even say one that matches to what I was saying, you know? Like, he's just got one ready for when it's his turn to talk. You know, whatever I say, I'll be like, oh, I locked my keys in my car. And he's like, yeah, well, don't shit where you eat. What the fuck does that mean? Like, oh, I forgot my sister's birthday. Yeah, well, payback's a bitch. I like those people that use old sayings, but they don't know how they end, so they just trail off. You know, people are like, yeah, well, a bird in a hand. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't think you know what you're saying. A bird in a hand what, you idiot? You know what I do? I just make up my own endings, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody's listening to you. I just go, bird in a hand is like a man in the sand. You know what I mean? When in Rome, you gotta grab the hand of a badger's dad. That's what I always say. Yep.
Anyway, you know, I got kids and sort of what I'm trying to say. It's hard having kids because it's boring. That really is the hardest part of having kids. Ask any parent, what's the hard part? Is it looking after their health care? Is it making sure that their education? No, it's just being with them on the floor while they be children. It's just, they read Clifford the Big Red Dog to you at a rate of 50 minutes a page, and you have to sit there and be horribly proud and bored at the same time. I hate Clifford the Big Red Dog. I hate him. There's 50 books about Clifford the Big Red Dog. 50 books. There's 7 books about Narnia that cover the birth and death of a nation and mice with swords and a lion who's a god. They did it in 7 books. 50 books about Clifford the Big Red Dog. And they all tell the exact same story. Look how big this dog is. That's it. That's it. Look how big this dog is. It's the whole book. Here's how big he was at the firehouse. Here's how big he was at Thanksgiving. Who gives a shit? You just drew him big. You just on purpose made him bigger than people. It should be, look how big I drew the dog in this book. Isn't that a mistake? There's no story. You maybe even just drew him closer to the page. I don't even know if you did it honestly. Tell a story about Clifford. Make something happen where maybe he steps on a policeman and shatters his spine and it's devastating to the community. He hangs on for 2 months and then dies. And there's a whole, you know, funeral with bagpipes and everybody's crying. And Clifford gets the death penalty and there's a whole book about his appeal process and how he found Jesus, but everybody said it was bullshit. And the cop's wife was like, I want that dog dead. And then he goes to the chair and they shave all his red fur off, and now he's Clifford the big pink dog. And they put him on a big funny electric chair that the town got together and built.
I never had a period in my life where I was like really going hog wild with the babes. It was late for me when I started having sex. I was 18 before anything happened to me. My girlfriend gave me a hand job. First thing that happened to me sexually ever. And I mean, it was awesome. It was great. Because nobody had ever touched my dick. Nobody in the world had touched my dick. My dick had touched a lot of things. Because that's what you do when you're a young boy. You touch your dick to many surfaces around the world. Just fucking looking for anything that feels good enough that you don't have to talk to a girl. That's the whole... But finally, I got this girlfriend, and we're making out, and she reached down, and she put her hand around my dick, and I fucking lost it. First of all, I came immediately, and also I started farting as I came. And... No, I started farting. It wasn't just, it was throughout, and she's laughing. Ha, 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 ha. That's how my sex life started, okay? That's how it started. Fucking shame and depression. Before that, it was just me masturbating copiously, happily. I loved it. When I discovered masturbation, I was so happy. I loved it. Everybody loves it. Nobody's, oh, this fucking sucks. It's pretty universally liked. But I remember when I first started, and I thought I was the only one doing it. And then I told my friend Jeff, and he was doing it too. So we started, that's his real name too, it's kind of fucked up that I'm saying his name. But anyway, we were comparing notes about how we masturbated. And I did it, well, I was 11, so I was going like this, which I actually did it like this for a long time, because nobody teaches you how to jerk off. So like, even once my dick grew, I kept doing it like this. And then I saw a movie where somebody went like that, and I was like, oh, fuck, the whole hand, that is genius. Awesome. Easily one of the best fucking things I ever discovered. I still sometimes, this is awesome, so smart. So smart to use the whole hand. Awesome. To this day, I'm like, fucking, whoever fucking, yeah, awesome. But anyway, Jeff did it totally differently. Jeff didn't, we would lie on his stomach. He would lay on his stomach and press his dick into his palm really hard, and he enjoyed the pressure. And some kids do it like that. I looked it up online. By the way, it fucks your dick up, so don't do it. Don't do it. It does fuck your dick up. But he didn't know, so he was pushing his dick into his palm. And I think sometimes he would put a book on behind his hand, like he just liked the pressure. And he couldn't get enough pressure. So he said to me, maybe if I sat on his ass while he did this, it would be better. So I did. I sat on his ass. And I remember that moment, I'm sitting on Jeff's ass while he jerked himself off, and I remember thinking to myself, is this gay that I'm doing this? Or am I just a really good friend? Maybe I'm just a good friend. It's weird to think now that I fucking sat on an 11-year-old boy's ass while he masturbated. I mean, I was 11, so it was cool. Now I'd get fucking crucified for that shit. I didn't know what I had, boy. All right, easy. Easy.
Without any further ado, please welcome Louis C.K. Come on.
Thank you. Hello there. Hey. Okay. All right. I'm gonna talk to you for about an hour, and it's weird. It's weird what I do. Somebody asked me once if it takes confidence to. Nobody asked me, but I just want to talk about this. If it takes. It does take confidence to do this. It takes not a general confidence, but a specific kind, There's lots of kinds of confidence. There's personal confidence. I don't have much of that. Personal confidence is like a man wearing white pants. That takes, tremendous confidence and optimism, really. To leave the house in white pants like it's gonna be a great day. There's gonna be no puddles or pizza, nothing. I could never wear white pants because I'll get my period, first of all, I know that. Or diarrhea, more likely. That's really my period. Diarrhea. About once a month, I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. Better just get home. And don't make any big decisions today. It's true. Don't make, if you have diarrhea, don't negotiate. It's a bad bargaining position. If I have diarrhea, you stand between me and the toilet, I'll sell you my house for 10 cents. So that's one kind of confidence. Here's another kind, moral confidence. Moral confidence. That means knowing that you would do the right thing, knowing that you wouldn't do something wrong. Moral confidence. You can have that in your daily life because a lot of your days are the same. But what if you were in another time? I would love to believe, I feel confident that I would not have had slaves. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have had any. Even if I lived in 17 whatever in Virginia and all my neighbors had slaves, I would have been like, you guys are dicks. I can say that, but it's easy to say that now because you can't get no slaves. You just can't, you can't get any. That's why you don't have slaves. It's not because you're better than back then people. It's because they're not available. That's a huge contributing factor. It's not a decision you need to make every day, like you're crying your groceries, but oh, fuck, maybe I should, I don't know, I better not, but geez, it would be easier. Because they're not there. It's not like they have slaves at Home Depot. I mean, they kind of do. But, yeah. There are some forms of kind of slavery. You can get a Russian woman to do whatever you want because her family's hostage. That's one of them. But that's still temporary. I mean, you could adopt like a 12-year-old from Bangladesh and... I mean, really, he'll move into your house and do your laundry and suck your dick, whatever you want. But even he gets to leave when he's 18. Although who wants them when they're that old? I'm just saying, excuse me, I'm just saying that slavery gets rebranded, but it doesn't really ever totally go away. I mean, it's been part of human history going way back, slavery. Even the earliest civilizations in Mesopotamia, I don't know if I didn't go to college, I don't know anything. But the earliest images of human life already had the guys going, ugh, and the guy going, ah, motherfucker. How early did we come up with this? Like from the beginning of human existence, we evolved, through ideas. We were a scared naked ape, and then we were like, make a fire, it's a good idea. Kill an animal and take his fur, it's a good idea. Plant things and then wait. It's a good idea. But really quickly we came up with, just make them fucking do it. I'm not doing anything. I'm doing nothing. Make them fucking do it. That was like our third thing we did on Earth. So you can have confidence, but you gotta be a little, I mean, there's things that people did in history that I wouldn't have done, for sure. Like, I wouldn't have made an Auschwitz. I wouldn't have done that. What am I going to do with an Auschwitz? Yeah, Auschwitz is not one of those where you're like, it was the times, It was a horrible thing, obviously. Auschwitz, horrible. They killed people. They killed children. They killed little children in Auschwitz who could have grown up and moved to Brooklyn and hated black people, and they didn't get to do that. It's terrible. I know. I had a friend who's a comedian in England, and he made a joke about Auschwitz, and he got in a lot of trouble. There was a big shitstorm, and at one point, Auschwitz tweeted about his joke. It's true. It's an Auschwitz with a blue check. So it was like, oh, cool, it's really them, And they tweeted like, that's not funny. Why is the death camp tweeting? Who's running the social accounts at Auschwitz? I got a summer job at Auschwitz. I'm running their Twitter.
But you get older and some things you can't do anymore. Some things you don't want to do anymore. That's a nice change. You feel some desires fall away, new things make you happy. But some things don't change, and some things I'm sick of. Like the constant perverted sexual thoughts. I'm so tired of those. Just the constant, she's sucking. It makes me into an idiot. I'm jacking off to morons and then, look at my tits. Yeah, your tits are awesome. It's just a dumb part of life that I'm sick of. It's all day, too. It's just, you can't have a day. I just want to be a person in clothes walking in a store and I just want to go to a library and ask for, hi, ma'am, I'm looking for a book about early Abraham Lincoln, like when he was like, shut up, wrap your hair around my dick. Oh, shit. I'm trying to talk to her. That's really a male problem. It's really a male problem not being able to control your constant sexual impulses. Women try to compete. They're like, well, I'm a pervert. You don't know. I have really sick sexual thoughts. No, you have no idea. You have no idea. Because, see, you get to have those thoughts. I have to have them. You're a tourist in sexual perversion. I'm a prisoner there. You're Jane Fonda on a tank. I'm John McCain in The Hut. It's a nightmare. I can't lift my arms. And for, men, sex is such a constant thing. It's not even sex to us. It's just pussy. That's what we call it. Pussy. It's it has nothing to do with women. It's not about girls or chicks like it was in the 50s. There's no guys anywhere in the world saying, let's go meet some chicks and kiss them on the mouth and see what happens. There's none of that. I sure would like to have a girl, my arm around a girl. This, Vanessa, I love, no, it's not. It's just pussy. Pussy. It's not even a pussy. It's not some people's pussies. It's just pussy. Like big pink balloon letters in front of our faces all the time. To men, it's just an element of the universe. Like it should be on the chart of the elements. Next to tin and ammonia. PY with an atomic weight of 12 or whatever pussy atoms weigh. The sad thing is that for all our obsession about sex and how much we love it, we suck at it. Men are terrible at sex. It never even occurs to us to do it well. Women just make sex great. Women are the good part of sex. They accept the dick with grace and they turn it into art. Or they climb on and they ride. They go for a ride. Men don't. We just climb on. Put my dick in. Put it in. Stuff it in. Fucking shove it. You ever fuck when you're out of shape? You're like, oh shit, my stomach muscles are not strong. We're so bad at sex. And then we wonder why women aren't like really aggressive about sex. We think it's because they don't have as much desire as we do. That's how stupid men are. That we think they're just weird. Women are like fucked up in the head because they don't want to just fuck all the time. If I was a woman, I'd just fuck everybody. Why don't they want to fuck all the time? I do. Of course you do, because when you fuck, you get to fuck a woman. When she fucks, she has to fuck a guy. Wildly different experience. For a man, 100% of the time he's fucking a woman, it's the greatest thing that ever happened in his entire life. For a woman, about 40% of the time she's being fucked by a guy, she's thinking, I'll get over this in a week. It's not the worst thing. I'm not gonna cry this time. Another thing that proves how bad men are at sex is that after sex, you're looking at two very different people. The man just wants to lay there, be cool, and the woman wants to cuddle. Something that men love to make fun of women for. They always want to cuddle. It's so needy. I already fucked you. Just let me watch the game. You know, I'm so cool. I want to get up. What are you thinking about? Shut up. Leave me alone. Why is she so needy? She's not needy, you idiot. She's horny because you did nothing for her. You did absolutely nothing. Her pussy is on fire because it's gone unfucked completely. Of course you're fine. You climbed on and went and then rolled off. And she's on you because she's going, something else has to happen. This is bullshit. If you fuck a woman well, she will leave you alone. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Some people worry about getting old because they think it means that they're dying, which it does. But this doesn't worry me. I don't worry about dying because I think it's necessary. I think it's something that you just have to do. You should do it. It's when it's your turn, you should do it. If somebody, your doctor says you're dying, just say, okay, and die. Don't, maybe a miracle. Fuck you, get in the ground. Just take your turn. I really think that way now. I didn't used to. But I do because when I started thinking that way was when my mom died. My mom died a couple years ago of anorexia. She was 300 pounds. She was bad at it. I know, it's fucked up, right? What a piece of shit. Anyway, she would have liked that joke. She would have. My mom's was fucking, she was gross. And I remember when she was dying, I was alone with her, and the nurse said, this is imminent. I was like, what does that mean? She goes, she's gonna die in a minute. I'm like, just say in a minute. It's so close. Anyway, I was alone with her, and she died, and I was like, fuck, they're gonna think I did it, obviously. I didn't want to lose my mom. I really didn't. But we had this one conversation like 2 weeks before she died when we were talking about it. And I said, Mom, I don't want you to die. And she said, you'll get over it. That's what she said. And I did. But in the moment, I wasn't willing to accept it. I was like, I don't want you to go. She said, but we're going in order. Do you understand? This makes sense. I'm your mother. I'm like, Mom, stop talking like that. This is sad. She goes, no, it's not. Look at it this way. Do you want me to never die? I was like, no, I don't want that at all. And it helped me get in touch with an important idea, which is that dying is important. It's every generation's greatest contribution to history is that they die. It's the only thing that keeps things moving. It's the only reason there's any progress in the human race is that folks keep fucking dying. Every generation has had a mix of douchebags and amazing people and boring, great, good, whatever, but they're all fucking dead. Every fucking one. Thank God, they're all fucking dead. There's a limit to how much any of the good ones did, and the shitty ones got to stop being shitty. It's a great system. Now when you look at the internet and all these people, you're like, what the fuck is happening? It's okay. They're all going. All of them are gonna die. I mean, you don't want to die. You don't want to die. You don't want your loved ones to die, but that's a selfish wish when you think about what would happen if nobody died. What kind of world would this be if there was nobody, if we still had people here from the 1100s? It's hard enough having people here from the 50s. Just scan the code on the table. There's no menu.
What? I don't understand.
Jesus Christ. You want to go through that with Pontius Pilate and Charlemagne? Fucking pain in the ass. Fucking old people that don't want to fucking just... When you get older and you start going, everything's so crazy now. No, it's fine. Just get the fuck out. It's great. They're not gonna make it work for you. You're here for 10 more minutes. Just get the fuck out. If you're in an airport and you're looking at the toilet and you're like, I don't understand how this works, it's time for you to die. That's what that means. These toilets are for the next people. Get the fuck out. I live in New York City, and it's okay there. I live in a nice building. I never lived in a nice place before. When I was growing up, I had no money. I mean, my mom didn't. Didn't matter. I was a child. But I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yes! It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot. It's piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. There's a lot of, you know, just stains, just like, you know, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, but so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. You know, there's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in the courtyard. And I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like, pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh, no, that's not gonna do at all. And he comes over to me. And I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. The confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need to rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. You know, just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm gonna talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no, and he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was. I remember the first time my daughter said a whole sentence. That was a big deal because she had never made a whole thought by herself. She just said the little words. And I was doing the dishes, and behind me I just hear her, she just goes, Daddy, I don't like chicken. I dropped my plate. My wife and I cried and hugged. It's a big moment. A week later, I'm making dinner. She goes, Daddy, I don't like chicken. Well, we're fucking having chicken. What are you talking about?
I don't like chicken. I don't like you, okay? I don't like you. I don't like people that make me work and don't appreciate what I make for them. You don't like chicken? Make whatever the fuck you want then. Get out of your shitty little plastic chair and make your own dinner. Whatever it is you want so much. I don't like chicken. You'll like the chicken when I shove it up your ass, because that's where it's going if you don't eat it. Seriously. I will grind it up in the Cuisinart and then blow it up your ass with a straw. I gotta feed her. She's gotta eat. When your kid won't eat, you just go crazy because you have a physical need to feed them. It's an instinct. And when they're sitting there just looking at their food, you're like, just fucking eat it! You'll die, you idiot! Eat the food! I don't like it. It doesn't matter. Put it in your face. They have your footprint at the hospital. They know that I have you. I'm not allowed to let you die, you piece of shit. Eat it! You have a social security number. You're on the grid, motherfucker. Eat! If you're skinny, I go to jail. Do you understand? And I love my kids and I die for them, but my life fucking stinks. It just does. It's what it is when you're a parent. You know, it's all the pleasures are gone. Nobody fucks you ever again. That shit just over. You can't sleep. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You don't eat meals. You just eat at the sink fast, standing up. Some macaroni and cheese that she didn't fucking eat. And that's your dinner now. With people yelling, hurry up, I'm just trying to get... You don't do anything fun. Your single friend's like, did you see that movie? No, I didn't see the fucking movie, okay? And you can't even enjoy being a parent because there's no pride in it because we suck at it. Everybody sucks. We make huge mistakes. And then you just go, whoops, permanent damage there, move on, I guess. My 5-year-old has all these twitches and weird fears. I'm like, good luck with that shit, honey. That's all my handiwork. Sorry. And it gets harder, too. You think it's gonna get easier? Like when they're babies, you think that's the hard part, because you gotta do everything. You gotta feed them, you gotta put their clothes on, you gotta put them in the car, you gotta do everything. But you think it's gonna get easier because they're gonna grow up and do all this shit for themselves. But they're not. They're gonna grow up and be able to, but they fucking won't do it. So it's actually easier when they're babies, because when you want them to eat, you just take food and just shove it in their face. You gotta put on a shoe, you just take a foot and chew on it. Just pull her arms through the sweater. Throw her in the car and keep the door closed. And then you get parents live for the tiny vacations from their kids. The little tiny, like when you put your kids in the car and you close their door, and that little walk around to your own door. It's like a Carnival cruise. It's just the greatest. And you just stand at your door like, okay, fuck, that was bad. Fuck. Whoa, that shit was, what did I say? Fuck, that was bad. Okay, everybody. But I'm not motivated by the money to do a good show. I'm motivated by a responsibility to you, because I don't know who's out there. Maybe there's somebody here who has more at stake than I do. Maybe there's a couple here on a first date. Maybe there's a guy here. I don't care if it's you. But I'm only interested in the hypothetical people. There might be a guy here who's been looking at this girl from across the thing they live at. I don't know. He sees her every day across the trench of blood that they live on each side of, and he sees her. And he's never had the guts to ask her out. He sees her, looks at her out the window, and she's putting out the laundry because it's Italy in the 1800s or something. And he looks at her. She's so beautiful. Unfortunately, that's where it's headed. That's the sad thing about being a guy, is that we can't have a beautiful thought about a woman that isn't followed by a disgusting thought. That's just the way that we're built. If you're a woman and a man has ever said anything romantic to you, it's because he left off the second part that would have made you vomit. That's just the way we are. Oh, she's an angel, and I want her to drown in my cum. That's just... That's just the way we are. We're designed that way. We have to be that way, because we have to fuck you, and that's kind of gross. There would stop being people if we weren't pigs a little bit. Because we have to get on top of you and fucking fuck you. You gotta be kind of a pig. Women get to be elegant during sex. They lay back and they pose and they just... Even aggressive women on top get to put their hair up and do a whole thing. But we just gotta climb on and... Like, we just gotta... That's why we gotta think that we gotta prosecute the pussy. That's the way we have to think. Get on the dick train, bitches! It's the kind of human being it takes to fuck another human being. Anyway, so the guy looking at her. It's a window here, and he's just little stains of various ages on the wall, and little circles with dates in pencil. Like a kid's growth chart on a door jamb, but very different. He sees her every day and he never had the guts. Finally, he went up to her about 2 weeks ago. He got tickets to this show and he went up to, hey, Darlene, how you doing, man? I don't know why he talks like that, but whatever. He's, hey, Darlene. Sometimes he just makes noises in an accent without words. Hey, Darlene, you want to go sometime? She says, I don't know, Joey, I don't know, maybe they're saying. So she agrees to go. They get in his car, they drive and they go to the place and they get a thing that we all enjoy because it's local and who gives a shit. And then,
It's a weird selection process that we have. It's dating, really, it's how we evolve as dating. It's how we choose each other. And dating is a real drag for a lot of people, but I always think it's a nice thing. You know, when I see a date, I'm always happy when I see a couple on a date, because it means people are still trying, you know? You see a couple on a date, it means there's still courage out there. That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's gonna like him or not, and he walked up to her, terrifying. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off, don't do this. But he walked up and said, hi, yes. And she's like, no, so give me a second. And you try to get through this membrane of, you know, and then if it works and you say, you want to go out sometime? Sometimes she'll say yes. And if she says yes, that's her courage. And the courage it takes for a woman to say yes is beyond anything I can imagine. A woman saying yes to a date with a man is literally insane and ill-advised. And the whole species' existence counts on them doing it. And I don't know how do women still go out with guys when you consider the fact that there is no greater threat to women than men. We're the number one threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the number one cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them. That's true. You know what our number one threat is? Heart disease. That's the whole thing. That's it. Just our own heart going, dude, you can't keep doing this. I told you 3 strokes ago that this is not smart. But women still, yeah, I'll go out with you alone at night. What are you, nuts? I'll get in your car with you with my little shoulders. Hi, where are we going? To your death, statistically.
How do they still do it? If you're a guy, try to imagine that you could only date a half bear, half lion. And you're like, oh, I hope this one's nice. I hope he doesn't do what he's going to do.
I have been dating recently. Dating's not fun. Dating's horrible. Nobody wants to date. Even if you meet somebody and you really want to go out with them and they say yes, you're excited in that moment. But the day of the date, you're like, I don't want to fucking do this. I don't want to do this. Every time I'm ringing a doorbell to pick a woman up, I'm like, I hope she's dead in there. I really do. I hope something awful happened. I don't want to sit in a place and breathe unevenly for 3 hours and just sweating where your body is folded and just, You ever have a date that goes well? It's like good from the beginning. You're like, you get a little laugh at the beginning, hi, ha, ha, something funny, and they both laugh, feels good. You agree on stuff. When you don't agree, you laugh about it. You're even able to be quiet a little bit while you're eating, and it's nice, feels comfortable. And then you drop them off, you're like, I hope I see you again. And she says, I hope so too. And you feel like, this is something new in my life. This is wonderful. Then you go home, and your wife is like, where were you all night? You know, and you're just fucking... But I'm older now. I'm divorced, and I still date mostly women who are younger than me recently, because that's who looks better. No, it's true. But I don't like I've always been with women my age or older. I was married to a woman a year older than me for 10 years, and that's always been the way there's some guys that have to be with a younger woman. There's cultures that believe the man should be much older. Like there's religions that have like a formula, like take the man's age and subtract 10, and then whatever else you have to do to get to 12, just solve for 12. But I didn't suddenly get interested in younger women. What happened was I got older and they got interested in me, because younger women like older guys. They just do. This the other part nobody says. I don't do anything to get younger women. I just stand there like this. And they see me and they're like, that would be so weird to fuck that old guy. And then we get blamed. The older guy always gets blamed. You see an older man with a young woman, everybody's like, that guy's a pervert. No, she's a pervert. He's normal. He likes pretty women. She likes that. The fuck is wrong with her? And they're weird. I was having sex with this woman, and she was about 35, and we're in bed. She starts calling me daddy. I was like, please don't, young lady. Please don't do that. She said, why does it make you uncomfortable when I call you daddy during sex? Is it because you have daughters? I said, no. It makes me uncomfortable because I have a father. And I used to call him daddy when he fucked me. By the way, thanks for laughing at me because I got fucked by my dad. I was not laughing at the time because I was coming because he fucked me good. My daddy fucked me so good. It's not his fault. I made him do it. I was such a brat. I was 10. I was like, Daddy, fuck me! Poor guy. He's like, I know I'm spoiling this child, but I can't say no. Thank you very much for coming. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you for coming. Get home safe. Thank you. Good night.
Let's do this. You guys will like this. You know when you go to a diner, you know those old diners where you order breakfast and they take your order, they yell it to the kitchen, but they use like a code? You know those old diner codes? Well, I came up with my own code and it covers all breakfast foods. And I'd like to demonstrate it for you. But I need a little help from you. Just order breakfast, sir, all right? And when he orders his breakfast, I'll translate it to you using my code. So just the way you like your breakfast usually. Scrambled All right, anything else for that? Scrambled eggs and bacon. Something to drink there, buddy? Orange juice, all right. All right, wake up the monkey and show him $1. Shave my back and slap my sister. Wax lips, 2 lumpy tits riding sidecar. And scrambled eggs and bacon and orange juice.
I've been divorced for 5 years, and it's been the best part of my life, being divorced. Easily my favorite part of my life. I love being divorced. Every year has been better than the last. And it's the only time I can say that about. And by the way, I'm not saying don't get married. If you meet somebody, fall in love and get married. And then get divorced. Because that's the best part. It's the best part. Marriage is just like a larva stage for true happiness. Which is divorce. Because you just let go. And everything's fine now. Divorce is forever. It really actually is. Marriage is for how long you can hack it. But divorce just gets stronger like a piece of oak. Nobody ever says, oh, my divorce is falling apart, it's over, I can't take it. And again, if you're in a good marriage, stay in it. If you're in the best marriage ever, stay in it. I'm just saying, if you got out, it would be better. That's just a fact. I'm sorry, but it's true. Everything's better. My ex-wife and I, this is the best part of our knowing each other. We're good co-parents because we live apart and we're friends. Our kids go to her half the week, they come to me half the week. And I'm a good father. I'm an attentive, focused, and responsible father. Do you know why? Because I get to say goodbye to these kids every week. Are you shitting me? It's like every parent's fantasy. Who can't be a good father for half of every week? No matter how bad it gets, every Wednesday I get to go, goodbye, girls. Daddy's gonna go upstairs and pour whiskey all over his naked body right now. I'm gonna lay in my own filth until 2 seconds before you come back here. That's why I'm such a good dad.
All right, whatever. So the other day I was hanging out in an airport waiting for a fucking whatever, and I'm standing there, and this guy asked me the time, and I don't know if this ever happened to you, but when somebody asks you the time, you ever just panic? Like, I just suddenly I couldn't read my watch, because it was just too much pressure, you know? And they're always in a hurry when they ask, you know? He's like, hey, you know the time? I'm like, yeah, I got it. Well, I got it. 10:42. It's 40 of 980. Shit! I hate it. I don't know. I can't deal with it. I wish people would warn me. I'm going to ask you the time in like half an hour. Just collect your thoughts. 'Cause I can't. And I need a watch to get through the day. But I wish I was invisible. Because people ask me now what I do. People are like, you have the time? I just go, yeah, you suck. That's what time it is. Fuck you. That's what time it is, you piece of shit. Just because it's easier. I'm not a bad guy. It's just easier. They go away. They move on. I'm on a new diet. Feels good, man. I'm on that new diet. You know that new diet where you can eat steak with butter on it? You can eat burgers, and you can have fries, ice cream, cake, and donuts, and you just get fat like a pig, and you keep eating anyway. You feel shitty, you eat more, you jerk off, and go to sleep. That's my new diet. It's a very popular diet. You're on that too? Yeah, it's very popular. It's got a name. It's called Just Fucking Eat It. You're gonna eat it, you fat shit. Eat it. That's what it's called. And I get away with it. I can eat whatever and I just get fat. It's no problem for me. It doesn't matter what I eat. I just gain weight. It's so easy. I'm lucky. Man, it's brutal. I hate it. You know when you know you're gonna eat something that's gonna make you feel like shitty and you eat it anyway? That's the worst thing. I do it all the time. Like I go and I'm like, I gotta have some donuts, you know? Shit. I go to the donut place, just give me some donuts. Yeah, 12. What do you think? What the fuck is that supposed to? Yeah, 12. And after 2, I'm like, this sucks, but I just keep forcing them and I just feel like shit. And I can't not do it. You know, and I have friends who like I have a friend who's married and he can't stop fucking around. Like it's impossible for him. He's like, I had to fuck this girl. I had to fuck her. I met her, so I had to fuck her. But he can't stop himself. I have no problem being with one woman. I'm married, but I can't not eat all the donuts on the planet Earth because it's different. You know, for sex, there's masturbating. For food, there's nothing like that. You know? I can't watch the Food Network and
look good, yeah. Cook that shit, bitch. Come on, yeah, cook it.
doesn't do me a lot of good.
On the 2-year-old, my 2-year-old, she wakes up every day now at 4 o'clock in the morning. Every day, just wakes up, hi, fucking happy to be awake at 4. That's what offends me. Because if she woke up at 4 like, I can't do this shit, I'd be like, oh, dude, you're fine. I'll just have some coffee, we'll play cards, it'll be okay. But she wakes up, hi, and I gotta get up. I'm the one that's gotta get up because my wife pushed her out of her vagina 2 years ago, so I'm the one. You know what? She didn't even. They cut her open. Who can't do that? Wow. I'm the one that had to watch that shit and keep a poker face for her benefit. That ain't easy, because she doesn't know what's going on. They have a sheet, and they just start. They don't go, we're going to divide you into 2 things now. They just start cutting, and she's looking at me all the, hey, what are they doing? I'm like, fucking nothing. Jesus! It is weird! She's just cut off, and the doctor's like just digging in there, looking annoyed, like he's trying to find his passport in a carry-on or something. Yeah, here's your kid, just fucking. Ah! And my wife tried to give naturally. She really worked on it, and I supported the goal, but it didn't work out. And she really tried. We got tapes. They gave us tapes of births, and I don't know if you've seen these things. But they're pretty heinous, and it's only because they stopped making them. Like in the 70s, people stopped letting themselves be taped. So it's all these sort of Swedish hippies. There's a lot of just shitloads of hair and this big bush, just giant hippie bush, and they just pushing out these big. And they gave us a tape for some reason that was a bunch of just the moment of the birth cut spliced together. Like 20 of them, like one of those porns where just the jizz shots one after the other. Like it was just bang, like fuck, I can't look at all that. So we had ours, and then 2 years later, I'm watching the kid, and there's no really lower parenting skills than watching your kid at 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't do nothing. Just make them not die. That's all it is. Just sit. I don't even turn a light on, just make her play in the dark. Daddy, I want a story. Fuck you. Fuck you, the end. Here's your little story. You kissed my ass. You got me up. I'll throw you in the garbage.
My other daughter's 13. She just turned 13. And those are the years, where the parents ahead of you are like, yeah, yeah, wait till she can. That's when you get it, baby. That's what they actually say. It's really confusing. I'm not scared of my daughter being 13. Some guys, they're literally afraid of their teenagers. They're like, I don't know what she won't. Hi, she won't do anything. She won't do anything I tell her to do. It is fucked up talking to a teenager. Because you're like, honey, you gotta do your homework. Nah. Okay, you gotta do it though. Not gonna do it. Okay, well, I'm making you do it. Now. Well, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, will you do it later? When will you do it? I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move out. So you do it when you want. Because this one thing is, that's it, I'm done. It's a little fucked up. I love my kids though, and she's 13, she's weird now, and I still love her. A lot of guys, they really freak out when their daughters get older. Like my friend's daughter's 16, he's like, I don't know what to do. She's gonna start having sex. I don't know what to do. She's gonna have sex now. What do I do? I'm like, you don't do anything. That's not your area. You're the dad. You have no role in her sex life. None. Not advisory or supportive, nothing. But what if she has a bad sexual experience? Oh, she's gonna have a number of those. Oh, yeah. She's gonna have some of those. Her whole life is gonna be just walking through a blizzard of bad dicks that just keep. Ah, shit. All the dicks. Shit, that's a. Look, just trying to get to work. Yeah, man. They're coming. The dicks are coming. It's a whole cloud of dicks. Get the pussies in the barn. The dicks are a-coming. Just a storm of dicks.
I'm 52, and I like my 50s. I like this part of my life. It's my favorite so far. I'll tell you why, because I can still move around pretty good, and I don't have long to live. I view that as a positive, because life is a lot of pressure. The more life you had ahead of you, the more problems you have. Like if you're 20, you might have 70 years to try not to be homeless or alone during. But I got maybe 24 years left. I can handle that. Like that's an amount of time. I'm like, yeah, I can fucking do that. I can cover 24 years. And it gets easier every year less that I have. Like I bought a winter coat the other day. I was like, this is my last coat. I don't need a bunch of these. It gets easier. I used to think I need to find a woman who will be with me forever. I need a string of girlfriends at this point. Just a few more girls. I need 3 women in their 40s to get me through my 50s. And 2 in their 50s to get me through my 60s. And then when I'm 75, 21 years old. That's when I'm doing that. 21, she gets the rest of my money, just blow me to my grave and keep the change. That's the offer on the table for anybody who's 21 when I'm 75. She hasn't been born yet, but we'll see what the new crop brings. My French girlfriend, she's 42, which is perfect. She's pornographically hot, but she's willing to fuck this mess. Because you have to be over 40 to have the compassion and the sense of humor to fuck around. She likes to be on top, which I think is because that's the best that I ever look, is laying on my back. Because all the skin lays where it belongs. Like it just drapes nicely. I look about 49 and a half when I'm on my back. And if I get on top of her, it comes off, it comes away from the bone like barbecued pork. And this shit, when you hang this, it's all red and bumpy. It's like the roof of a cave. It's a nightmare. And my tits are like flappy triangles with red tips. They look like candy corn that somebody stepped on.
Some people get to be 90. That's incredible. Anybody that gets to be 90, I think that's special. Because 90 means you survived. Like 3 wars and 50 hurricanes. You gotta be special when you're 90. When I see somebody who's 90, I'm like, you did some shit. You killed somebody. You did something. How'd you get this far? 90's special. You should get something for being 90. It shouldn't just be the same shit
It should just keep being just as hard. When you get to 90, couldn't that be some kind of a finish line? Some kind of like all right, here, you get a silver thing on you and you get to, take it easy. Give him some Gatorade, give him a back rub. Fuck, he's 90. But it's not like that. It's like, well, happy birthday, you're 90, pay the fucking rent. It just keeps going. I mean, 90-year-olds shouldn't have to worry about anything. If you get that far, and we could absorb that as a nation, there's not that many people that are 90. We could just let them do what they want. My friend's grandmother, she's 90 years old, and she wants to get marijuana because she's in pain, but she's in a state that won't let her. How is any drug illegal for a 90-year-old lady? Let her have anything she wants. It's a victimless crime. Who the fuck is getting hurt? When your 90-year-old grandmother has a bag of heroin in a house and she's like, fucking yeah. Who's getting hurt? Give her a bag of heroin. You're not gonna go see her. Give her a bag of heroin. I mean, I've never tried heroin, but from what I've heard, it feels really fucking good. But it has a huge downside. But if you're 90, the downside, it's gone. It cannot hurt you if you're 90. What are you worried about? She's gonna ruin her career. You can't give her heroin. She's just gonna want more heroin. Well, get her more heroin then, and keep giving it to her. If you're 90, you should be allowed to just like walk in a store and just take shit and just walk out. Let her have it. She'll be dead in a week, you'll get it back. I gotta buy drugs all the time because I got kids. Kids are like buckets of disease that live in your house. And you get sick from them all the time. I got sick last week, I had a flu that I caught because my daughter coughed into my mouth. Just hit me right in the back of the throat. Like, thanks, honey, I'm sick right now. I can feel it already. She did this, by the way, because she's trying to tell me a secret. And she thinks you tell secrets into people's mouths. She takes her whole face. Which is inconsiderate, borderline retarded behavior, if you ask me. And by the way, she's 5 years old. What secret does she have that I really need to hear? Like, she's gonna tell me a secret and I'm gonna go, holy shit, are you serious? Oh my God. Honey, I won't tell anybody. That is fucked up though, seriously? She got an abortion on Christmas Eve? Oh my God. She's 5 years old. You know what that means? Nothing that she says matters. She's never said anything actually important in her entire life. I literally could have missed every word this fucking kid has ever said, and nothing would be different. Everything would have been exactly the same. I enjoy the things she says. They're beautiful and poetic. I love hearing them, but I don't have to fucking hear any of it. And that's an important distinction. If you're a parent, you just start making it. Because you can't listen to them all the time that they're talking, because they're talking all the time. And they just talk whenever. They don't give a shit what you're doing or if it's a good time. I'm in a shootout with the cops and she's telling me all kinds of shit. She doesn't care because she's 5. They're self-absorbed people. They have no ability. No 5-year-old ever goes like, no, go ahead and finish. I'll tell you after, it's fine. They just can't. And sometimes it's impossible. Like the other day I was in New York City with my kids. And I got 2 of these fucking things. Remember that, please. 2 of them. And we're in the crowded streets. I got this one here, the 2-year-old. She can walk, but she won't. She's a bullshitter, so I'm carrying her. And she weighs like 20 babies, this kid. She's tiny, but she's got the density of a dying sun. I don't understand how she's this heavy. It feels like a fat raccoon holding a bowling ball. That's what she feels like. And the pain in my shoulder is intense. And it's sending signals to my brain like, you don't love her, just drop her. She doesn't matter. Just let her die. So I'm fighting that on this side. I got the 5-year-old like this. I hope it's her. I haven't looked back in about an hour. I'm just dragging somebody tiny just through many strangers' thighs. Briefcase corners are hitting her in the temple. I don't give a shit. I'm in a hurry because my pocket's vibrating and my wife's calling to see where I am, even though she sent me to do this shit. And I'm yelling into my pocket like she can hear me. I'm fucking coming! Shut up! And this one is talking the whole time. The whole time with a tiny voice 2 feet off the ground. What am I gonna listen to this shit? Really? What am I gonna take a knee every 2 seconds? What's that, sweetie? Go ahead. What's that? What? Excuse me, sir. Go ahead. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes dogs are brown. That's very true. It's a good thing I didn't miss any of that shit coming out of your stupid face. What kind of a father would I be if I pretended to listen to that?
But it's tricky, you know, if you're trying to teach your kids right from wrong, you got to choose a side often because not everybody agrees on what's right and wrong. So how do you know? Like abortion, some people think it's murder, some people don't. I think people should get abortions, like a lot, like as many as you can. You should try to get a lot of abortions. You know why? Because it creates jobs. More abortions, more jobs. For the doctors and the nurses and the dumpster guy. Everybody gets a job. They have to work. How are they gonna feed their kids if you don't kill yours? You gotta think of everybody. Abortion is a big topic, of course, because Roe v. Wade was overturned. Roe versus Wade, of course, we all know what this is. This was a court case. Roe was a woman who wanted an abortion. And Wade was the baby, I guess. I don't know. I'm just assuming. I never found out who Wade was. Wade must have been the baby. Anyway. But now that we don't have that, every state has to come up with their own law based on how people feel. They have to listen to people and see how they feel. I think most Americans feel, on average, the same thing about abortion. They feel like people should be able to get abortions if they need them, but, just keep it down a little bit. That's all. That's just go ahead, but, come on. Do it, but don't be like, woo-hoo-hoo! Like, So we need a law that covers that keeps it available but limits it. Here's what I think we should do. Let's make this the law. You can get an abortion anytime, anywhere, but if you get an abortion, you have to eat it. I think that's fair. Because that'll make you, fuck, I gotta eat it? I better do it soon. Just trying to make everybody happy, Some Catholics believe that contraception is murder. They think if you wear a condom, if you stop a sperm from getting to an egg, you killed a possible baby. By that logic, I could say that any woman that won't fuck me is a murderer. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of murdering bitches out there. But
my youngest daughter really likes dolls, and she has an American Girl doll. Her mom bought it for her. I wouldn't have bought her that shit. Bunch of rubber fucking crap. I don't know if you're aware of American Girl dolls, but American Girl dolls are these rubber dolls, and they have outfits and they have accessories. It's kind of an amazing world. And I was in California with my kids, and I took my daughter to the American Girl doll mecca. It's this store, and it's like a museum of the dolls, And they show you what each doll has. There's all these different dolls with different personalities, There's Caroline, and Caroline is a princess, but she really hangs out with the poor folks. It's always like.
This one lives in a mansion, but she just thinks it's silly because she's cool. And they have all these accessories. They have horses, these beautiful horses. I was a grown man and I'm like petting this toy horse.
Hey, boy. That's okay, boy.
They have bicycles, like a nice fucking bike. Like a bike that if you were this big, you could totally ride it. It's got a chain with oil. It's a fucking bike. Amazing shit. And I'm looking at all the dolls and their different personalities, and the one in the end, there's one black doll. They make one black American Girl doll. And I'm like, oh fuck, I don't wanna see how that's different. I just don't want to know. Please let them have just made it the same. Couldn't they have just taken whatever chocolate rubber and poured it in the same molds and give them all the same cool shit? So I go in there into the room for the black doll. It's Addie the black doll. That's not what they call her. It's Addie the black doll. She's just Addie. She's black. I go in there, and there's Addie, and guess what she gets to have? Guess what her accessories are? She has a bucket. That's it! She has one whole bucket. Go to the fucking store and call me a liar. You will see a little black doll sitting on a shitty wooden bed with a ripped quilt on it, and she's just looking at a bucket. That's all she has. It's shocking. Caroline has a silver hairbrush and a sleigh. Addie gets a fucking bucket. Who's buying this doll? Who would want to buy that doll? Who's taking their black daughter and, come on, this one's for you. Look in here. Look what she has. She gets a bucket. Well, can I get the bicycle from the... No. That's Caroline's bicycle. Who is this for? The only kid that could possibly want this doll is a mean little white girl that wants to buy a black doll and say, you only get a bucket.
Yeah, I got married, and I like it. I like being married. We fight sometimes, but here's what I've learned about fighting. This is the easiest way to end a fight. I just take her side against me. Because then it's over. It's just easier, you know? She's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I know, shit, damn it, oh, when's it gonna end? It gives her nowhere to go, you know? Well, you're a dick. I know I'm a dick. I'm the worst.
I was on a plane once and there was 2 babies on the plane and other people. It wasn't just me and 2 babies. That would be weird. You're going somewhere, you get on the plane, there's just 2 babies. They're just standing there. Come on, we're leaving. He's the pilot baby. I'm the other baby. No, that's right. I'm not gonna get on the plane. No, you babies have a good flight. I'm gonna find another way to get there. I don't like the way this flight is starting. All right, here's the real story. I was on a plane. There were 2 babies on a plane. They were both crying. I don't think they knew each other. They just were both crying. I've been on a lot of planes with crying babies, and I started to wonder, is there a reason the babies cry in planes? And I looked it up. It turns out there is a specific reason why babies cry in airplanes, and it's because they're upset that gay people are getting married. Yeah. And I don't agree with them. I think if you're in love, you should do whatever you want. I don't think these babies should be trying to force their values on other people. But they don't get it. They're babies. They're being babies. I have 2 children, and they've both been babies on planes crying. I've held a crying baby on a plane more than once. And I see people get upset, and my sympathy for them is pretty marginal. Because when people are so selfish, when a baby starts to cry on your plane, you feel like that's happening to you. Like, this is gonna ruin my flight. Well, take a look at the parent. Because this is somebody who's holding a crying baby right on their own face. Okay, which means, by the way, they've been traveling with a baby all day. Which means, by the way, they have a baby. So their life isn't even good. They don't like anything. Nobody that has a baby likes anything anymore. They just walk around, okay, fine, shit, People are like, it's beautiful, yeah, whatever, yes, yeah. The only joy in a baby haver's life is when it's crying on a plane and it's now bothering other people. Yeah, you listen to this shit for a minute. Wah! I used to walk around the plane. Huh? Wah! What are you, 20 years old? Listen to this shit. Wah! People look at you when your baby's crying. They look right at you like, I fucking love it. I love it. I love when they do that. I'm like, hi. Yeah. I remember this one time, this businessmen are amazing because when they fly, they feel like the whole plane is their private plane that we all glommed on or something. This guy's reading the Wall Street Journal and my baby's crying, my baby's so upset. And the guy looks right at me, right in the face, like, Like, could ya? What? Oh, I'm sorry, is this bothering you? Let me just... You all just clap for a dead baby. I used to be a very critical person. I don't get upset at other people's actions as much as I used to, you know? And one thing that's made me not so critical is reading things on the internet of people getting so angry at each other, like people that write long articles about how mad they are at a thing that people sometimes do. And the articles are very long. Because they don't have to be short anymore. I think newspapers were a little better because you had to be careful. Like, we only have this much room to tell about a whole war. So you have to be really artful about it. And then anybody who wants the job to write that much has to be really fucking good. But the internet is forever. So you just come and you go, I want to write a story about how trees are annoying. Totally, just fucking do it, I don't care. Just write 7 years about it. And the headline to the articles are always something like, it's a whole sentence. It's not like, why trees or something provocative. It's like, I don't like trees that much, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm just sort of sick of them. So that's what this article is about, and I have to pee. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I peed. Hi, everybody. Here's the article. But anyway, I was reading this one about a guy who was really upset about people taking pictures of their food at restaurants. And it was one of those where he's like, can we stop with the taking pictures of your fucking food? If I get another Instagram of a fucking appetizer, it's ruining America. I'm like, let her take a picture of her food. Let her do it. She's eating alone. She's by herself. I eat alone all the time. And I'm always eating next to people. If you're eating alone, you're always eating next to people that are together. And by the way, if you're ever with somebody at dinner and there's a person sitting alone right here, they're with you. They are in your conversation. They're just looking straight ahead at what? At nothing.
You really think they're just boo? They just, every word you say, they're just gathering it. So anyway, I was at a restaurant and I was listening to these two young women that were talking. And they were about 20 years old, maybe NYU students. And one is telling the other about the guy she's dating. And she's telling her all the unsatisfactory things about the guy. She's like, I don't know, sometimes I text him, and he doesn't text back right away. And then when he does, it didn't have anything to do with what I wrote. I'm like, why do you even write me? And then I went to see him, and he was just being weird. And then he wrote me, it's I'm sorry I'm being weird. It's weird right now. And I was like, I didn't even say anything. Why are you even saying anything? It just sounds like when he writes to me that he doesn't really think about what I would want to hear. It just seems like it's just always just, so I'm listening to this because I'm interested in what her friend's gonna say. I want to know what kind of friend she has. So after a while, her friend says to her, well, he's just a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And the thing is that you're amazing. You're amazing, and he just can't handle it. And I thought, this is not a good friend. Because give your friend something useful. Well, maybe you're a bummer sometimes. Maybe you bummed him out because you're a boring bummer. Is that possible? Let her consider that. It doesn't help a person to walk around thinking, I'm amazing. And anybody who doesn't text me back right away just can't handle how amazing I am. There's some other NYU kid walking around telling his friends, I'm dating this girl and I can't handle how amazing she is. It's too much. I try to text her back, but I'm I can't, she's too amazing. I just can't handle it. I wish she was less amazing. How is she amazing, by the way? She's 20. You can't be amazing yet. If you're 20, unless you have some missing limbs, you're not amazing. I mean, what is she, Nelson Mandela already? She's a fucking kid. You're amazing the way you take those classes. You don't need to walk around thinking that you're amazing. That doesn't help you. It's not a healthy thing. I mean, self-love is a good thing, but self-awareness is more useful to the rest of us if you can master that. Because it's nice to walk around saying to yourself, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, but really, once in a while, you should say to yourself, maybe I'm a bummer. Maybe I'm a boring bummer. If you don't think that to yourself at least twice a week, you're a psychopath. Because everybody's capable of becoming a bummer. Of course we are. Everybody is. Once in a while you drift over and you realize, oh, fuck, I'm kind of a douche right now. And you reset your sights. You have to consider the possibility. It's like when you say to a friend of yours, sometimes a friend of yours will be an asshole. He becomes an asshole. And you tell him, hey, man, you're an asshole. And he's like, no, I'm not. Well, that's not up to you. That's up to everybody else if you're an asshole or not. You don't get to just say no to that. You're an asshole. No, I'm not. Oh, sorry. Well, I'm glad I checked. Self-awareness is not a great American trait. As a country, we just want what we want and then we just do shit. America is like a shitty girlfriend. It really is. America is like the worst girlfriend the whole rest of the world ever had. Because whenever something bad happens to America, she remembers it forever. Like it just happened. But if she does anything wrong, she's like, what? I didn't do it. What are you talking about? I didn't do that. But you killed hundreds of thousands of people in the Middle East. Yeah, but 9/11, okay? You don't even know. Assholes. Yeah, but there's this wedding in Yemen and you killed all these. Yeah, but 9/11 still. But now you're torturing people. It wasn't even torture. Oh my God. He's such a baby. And I'm saying this about women because I'm a guy. I'm the opposite sex. So that's how I'm sure women feel that way about guys. It's just the way it works.
That's how we feel about each other sometimes. You know, it's like sexism and racism are very different, I think. Because racism is just like a mistake. Racism has no basis in anything. It's just a weird mistake we made it somewhere along the line, and I'm sure we'll get rid of it at some point. But sexism ain't going anywhere. Because as wrong as sexism is, it's down deep, and it's wired in with lust and love. And when we get mad at you, we get mad at all you. Just, oh, women! 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 Oh, women! Women are women! And you're like, men, 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 men. All right, you guys, get home safe. Thanks a lot for coming. Good night. Thank you very, very much.